Moviesucktastic is a podcast about bad movies and the people that love them. But it's more than just a podcast, it's also an online presence. If you want to know more about Moviesucktastic or want to become a part of Moviesucktastic, you can find us on Facebook, you can find us on Twitter at Moviesucktastic, you can find our blog at boothreviews.blogspot.com, or if you want to give your own reviews that we might use on the show, you can go to reviews.moviesucktastic.com and check out our own little lunch.com community for Moviesucktastic. Check us out and become a part of the show, because the only thing more fun than a bad movie is sharing it.
$200,000 years ago, give or take a few centuries, man made his first appearance on Earth. He didn't make a very good impression.
Homo stupidens.
In fact, on a scale of 10 for intelligence, he rated -2. But then, something happened. By a pure freak of nature, a different kind of man-child made his debut. And the world has never been quite the same since.
The trouble is, you're a man. Man? Right, a dead end, a non-starter, a knuckle-dragger.
After years of hysterical research, here is the inside, outside, and upside-down story of O, the missing link, and his earth-shattering evolutionary adventures with Igwa the dinosaur, Croak the pterodactyl, and a multitude of weird and wonderful creatures Charles Darwin never even heard of.
Man! Me want water.
I'm gonna crisp you.
Bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the bringing in the sheaves. Kids today.
Suffering snakes, it's the buzz.
You'll be missing the most unique film experience of your life if you miss The Missing Link, a new film by Pisha.
You're listening to Moviesucktastic.
You can all go fuck yourselves.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh, yeah. Oh. Let's mute that. That's the awful opening of BC Rock. Even the opening credits are horrible.
Welcome, everybody. A week late to Moviesucktastic.
That's
episode
okay.
200 and something.
213.
Lucky 13.
Yes. The last night I will be in my 30s.
Ha! Welcome to old age, bitch.
Scott is a little, I guess the right word would be soused. This should make for a fun.
No, you mean older than you. Yeah, that's what you meant.
Oh, sure. So
welcome to Moviesucktastic. I'm
yes.
Scott, and that's Joey.
Hey. Oh. So
And
we're doing
this begins the first official episode of Moviesucktastic. Hold on, the fan is blowing wind in my microphone. The first ever Moviesucktastic listener appreciation episode.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it
it's
is.
a milestone.
It's a mile. It sure is.
Watershed.
We're doing a double feature tonight because we did miss last week. We're not doing two separate episodes. We could have done that, but we're not. We're just compiling both movies into this one episode.
Because they're not going to take that long.
No. Let's put it this way. The runtime of both of these movies combined is about as long as one regular movie.
Or half an Avatar.
Or half an Avatar, yeah. The BC Rock is only about 78 minutes, 80 minutes or so, and ThanksKilling, is only an hour and 6.
68 minutes to the late folk.
Yeah. So the listener request is BC Rock was, or The Missing Link, as it's also known as.
In non-fucked up country languages.
Yeah. That was recommended or requested.
I don't even know what I meant by that. Never mind.
I don't know. I'm just letting you go.
Okay.
It's better when I let you go.
You can't stop me, motherfucker.
No, I can't. Because you're all the way over there.
Yeah, I'm over here. I'm over there. You're over here, and I'm over there.
I'm over here now.
Yeah, I'm over here now.
I'm over here now. So it was requested by Gino Cuddy.
Yes.
A fan of the show. And ThanksKilling was requested by Janie Carroll, who owns the Rabbit's Den tattoo shop.
Uh-huh.
And that was requested by her.
They're responsible for this tattoo right here. The
Gonzo.
Oh, I'm going to fall off the chair showing it, but yeah, right there.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's upside down, so no one knows what that was.
And when I get my Picasso's Don Quixote, they will be responsible for that, too.
Nice. Absolutely. Very nice. So, to start off, we're starting off with...
Just Google Rabbit's Den Tattoo and you'll find it.
Oh, it's 120 Main Street, Milltown, New Jersey.
And if you don't live in New Jersey, just Google it.
Just Google it. Scott's favorite search engine.
Google it! I scared myself there. Sorry.
Don't puke live on the show again.
I don't puke. Stop that. Only one vodka, and you and your faulty counting.
Chocolate whipped vodka.
Yeah, I've listened to that episode over again, and you should have stopped me at 15. I don't know what the hell your problem was.
You know,
I really don't know. I'm listening to it, was like, and you let me drink again? What the hell, Joey?
You said you could take it.
but you know I'm full of shit.
But I had about 15 shots myself.
You weren't even close to what I had at that point.
I still have the tally, the Oscar ballot. That showed all the ones I got wrong and how many I had to drink.
Yeah, you think you know how many you had to drink, so you listen to the show again. Okay, keep going.
I had a lot. I'm sorry. I could hold my liquor better than you. It's okay.
Yeah, okay.
It was a lot.
And yeah, for you, yeah.
I'm not saying you didn't have more.
What episode was that?
63.
our first Oscar episode, right? Second episode.
That was the first time we live streamed it.
What was our second Oscar episode?
Oh no, that's not true. That's not true. The first time
it's the second Oscar episode.
It's the second time we did that. Yeah, the first one, the video was lost, which is unfortunate because I really liked that year because we sat in front of my gigantic television.
Right, and that was the year when Sean was tweeting during the Oscars.
Oh,
he announced the
Human Centipede.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, the Human Centipede. Like, that's not a real film, Sean. Seriously? So that was groundbreaking.
Yeah, because the only picture that we saw was one girl sewed with her mouth sewed to the other girl's ass. That was the one frame. It was like Human Centipede.
That was like just being released then, and Sean tipped us to it. Yeah,
we're like, we have to see this.
Yeah. Listen to the second Oscar episode and tell me that Joey drank even a quarter of what I drank that night.
I had around 15 shots.
You bullshit. Anyway.
Well, we have video that I can't post because YouTube keeps taking it down. So we would be able to count on the video.
Mm-hmm.
I'll watch the video and I'll count.
Yeah, you do that.
I will do that. You fucking watch me.
Meanwhile, we're reviewing our listeners' picks. Now, these picks are outside of our realm of rules, so these picks do not have to be theatrical releases.
Correct.
And they don't have to be even remotely good.
Which they're not.
Well,
we'll save ThanksKilling for when we do it. Because that's one of those... Well, when we get to it, we get to it. But BC Rock... Now... The biggest problem...
Hold on.
Okay.
So BC Rock's the first film we're reviewing.
It's the first film we're reviewing.
Okay.
And
now, what's playing in the background right now, sir?
BC Rock.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. One of the biggest problems I had with BC Rock...
was the movie.
Yes. Because it's awful. But not in a good way. It's not one of those so awful it's good. It's just awful. Now, the animation is subpar. It's not even...
Subpar?
It's not even on the same level as films in the same period, like a Rock and Roll or a Heavy Metal.
Now, what year was Rock and Roll?
Rock and Roll was 1981. So it's like 3 years earlier than this film.
No, 1 year. BC Rock is 1980. Now, what year
it is 1980.
What year is Heavy Metal?
Heavy Metal. You already asked me that. Oh, no. Rock and Roll is 1983. Heavy Metal is 1981.
Okay. So BC Rock predates Heavy Metal by 1 year, which leads me to believe that it falls into the copy rule.
Oh, okay. So this was rushed out before Heavy Metal.
Which is, they're releasing an adult cartoon. We have to get one out, and we'll get it out first. And so we'll rush out BC Rock.
That makes sense.
I have no research that proves this. But it's a gut feeling I have. That
it makes total sense. It absolutely does.
It really does.
I mean, even because here's the thing. This is what really brings it home for me with that is that they put rock music in this film, and they called it a lot
of rock.
They
music
called
that has
it
to fill the lack of dialogue and plot and story.
Well, and they called it BC Rock because they used rock music. There's another film that was coming out. Well, I mean, Rock and Roll was being created in the 1981-82 time frame. So it's not that it's trying to predate this. It is definitely, I think you're right, trying to rush out before Heavy Metal. That's why they called it BC Rock. That's why they had a ton of rock music. The biggest problem I had with it was the English dialogue because it had like 5 screenwriters.
The original film is French, right?
The original film is French, and I would bet solid money that the French dialogue made a hell of a lot more sense. But that would require me to watch it again. And I'm not going to do that. Nor do I think I could even find a copy with French audio with English subtitles. I doubt that I could. It's possible maybe if I bought a bootleg off the internet I could.
Now, a brief history on adult-related cartoons.
Yes.
Adult cartoons, and stop me if I miss anything.
All right.
But adult cartoon can primarily, as far as like mainstream theatrical releases, you can probably thank Ralph Bakshi, one of the most overrated animators of all time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, Fritz the Cat came out in 1972, I believe.
Fritz the Cat, yep, 72.
Heavy Traffic, 73.
Heavy Traffic.
Coonskin, 75. Highly overrated.
Yeah. American
Wizard,
Pop?
77.
When was
What?
American Pop?
American Pop? When American Pop come out?
80?
Did he write that, or did he just direct? He just like do animation on it?
Ooh, I'm not sure.
I
think it's called American Pop.
American Pop. Well, is that the other name for Coonskin?
No.
So I know Coonskin.
Coonskin is his own
Coonskin
thing.
was released by as Bustin' Out and some other thing. Yeah, they had a couple different titles for that.
You know, it was funny. Growing up as a kid, we used to go to a video store, and they used to have.
Get out.
They used to have a Coonskin poster, and one of the taglines for that movie, and I remember it to this day, was "This film offends everyone."
Yeah.
So.
Well, the problem with Coonskin is that people regard it as racist because of the name, without ever actually watching the film, and the film's not really racist.
Right.
But I mean, I think Bakshi got comfortable with the whole feedback he got from Fitz the Cat, which kind of lampooned the entire peace, love, college movement.
Right.
And then with Coonskin, he was kind of lampooning the whole race thing, and that's something you can't lampoon easily.
So
Although,
yeah,
I've always loved the ending of Coonskin with, women are all the same. You turn them upside down, and they all look alike.
And then
I
Wizards.
that. I was like, I remember that
Sure.
line.
Wizards, 77.
Wizards and Fire and Ice are the two things that everybody always bring up. You and I,
Fire and Ice is personally my favorite Bakshi film. Come on.
We frequented comic stores in the late 80s, early 90s, and they would constantly go to the mom and pop video store and say, "Hey, do you have Fire and Ice or Wizards?" And they, yeah. So let's rent it and play at the video store. And I would watch it and be like, oh, this is so fucking boring.
I've always been partial to Fire and Ice. Maybe because I'm a Frazetta fan. I love Frazetta.
Frazetta's good.
His artwork is unreal. When he had a stroke, he couldn't use his right arm for artwork anymore. He had to learn to use his left hand to paint and art and all that stuff. And it's like getting two completely different artists. You had the Frazetta with the right hand, and then you had a very unique, similar but different style with the left hand Frazetta after his stroke. It's
right hand and left hand are always like that. It feels like a different person. I know what you mean.
Yeah. But no, it was Frazetta is awesome. But
no,
I've always been partial to Fire and Ice.
No one's debating Frazetta.
Okay, good.
Let's just take Frazetta off the table. All right.
Okay.
But anyway, Fritz the Cat was really the only real adult cartoon thing, and that kind of started early 70s. So leading into the 80s, Heavy Metal and BC Rock were the first two films
and
post
American Pop came out in 81, same year as Heavy Metal.
But at that point, the Bakshi cherries already been popped.
Oh yeah,
right?
Totally saturated by Bakshi.
Yeah, so we're into a new decade, and you've got BC Rock versus a good movie.
Yeah.
And in any situation where you're calling Heavy Metal a good movie, it's an unfair fight.
It is. One of my favorite After Dark Cinemax films of all time.
All right, now, why is it your favorite After Dark Cinemax film?
Wow.
Because for the longest time, they were not allowed to release the film because of all the rights that were tied up with the music.
Yeah.
Cinemax somehow was the only place you could play the film.
That's right.
So you could up until late 90s? Even 2000.
Yeah, I had to have bootlegs of Heavy Metal in order to watch it.
You could only see Heavy Metal if you had a Cinemax bootleg. That was it.
Right.
Because the music rights got so fucking tangled up.
Oh,
and this is pre internet where everybody
Oh sure. It's like nowadays, if let's say there was a rights problem of any kind, and let's say Movie Channel, Showtime, HBO, Cinemax, any of the media outlets was playing an HD rip of it, because they do that all the time, there's an HD rip, cable rip right now for something you can't get anywhere, and it's in full HD, glorious, beautiful.
I even before that, because the whole problem was like music rights were even stricter than movie rights.
It's the same problem that the wildlife still has to this day. The film The Wildlife.
Yeah. So like music rights were even stricter than movie rights, so the movie could still be available, but the music rights to that movie, well, that's not available, so we can't release the film. What the fuck?
And what's interesting is I bought the soundtrack on cassette, and I found it at a Tower Records in the mid-90s, and it was a cassette manufactured in 1981, and they still had it.
Yeah, because no one else had the rights to this stuff.
Yeah, so I bought a cassette at the time. It was already 14 or 15 years old, and somehow, I guess with pre-internet, no one knew that it was actually worth anything. I bought it for $8. But you couldn't buy it anywhere. That's the point, like you said. But but I was able to buy it because it had come out, and Tower Records never took it off their shelf.
And even the weird thing that always bothered me was that in the film, the Devo song they play when what's her name walks into the bar.
Oh, I love that song.
It is Through Being Cool.
Yep.
Which I love, Through Being Cool. Great video, by the way, too. But on the soundtrack, they play Devo's rendition of Coal Mine. Working in a coal mine.
Which is in the end credits.
Right.
Yeah.
So even there, it's like, well, we can't play that one song. We'll play the other song, which we threw in. Now, here's something interesting. We just spent 10 minutes maybe talking about...
We've already reviewed heavy metal, by the way.
Well, hang on. No, not even. We spent 10 minutes talking about music rights behind heavy metal.
Which we did when we did the heavy metal review and when we did the wildlife review.
Right. So we spent 10 minutes talking about music rights to a film, and all of that was more interesting than the entire length of BC Rock.
This is true.
Now, painful.
This is a painful movie, and a lot of it really has to do with the English dialogue for the movie. It really does, because you could tell that they just sat around trying to come up with dialogue that looked like it made sense to what was happening on the screen. Because they're throwing in modern, I can't even remember them, but they're throwing in, kids today, modern technology gags in there, and it's like, this is supposed to be prehistoric, dinosaurs, humans living together, whatever. But it's just far-fetched. The dialogue is horrible, and it doesn't fit. That's why I was saying the French dialogue, I guarantee you, is much better.
Oh, you stuck a cork up my ass. Sorry,
I'm gonna crisp you. Okay, that's wonderful.
Now, I tried to find a French version of this film with English subtitles, hoping that the English subtitles would not be a transcript from the American version, but a translation of the French version, and I could not find it.
No, I'm sure. I said that earlier, it's possible we could maybe get a bootleg that has the French audio, but we're not gonna find it any other way.
Here's my point: the French can't be bothered to keep this film documented. I can't find a French version of this film. It's originally in a foreign language, and that foreign language is like, we burned the prints.
What's interesting, when I try to search for the original title of the film, the French title, it takes me to a French film festival of the same name. So they've disregarded the name of this film completely and named a film festival instead, or a music and film festival after it.
You mentioned film festivals. Can I mention something very briefly?
Yeah, go ahead.
Holly and I are watching the newest episode of Preacher.
Okay.
Excellent fucking show.
Yeah, we're caught up. We watched it last night.
And there's a scene from the last episode where they're in the theater and like you hear like screaming and stuff, and Holly says, "What the hell are they watching?" And I said, "Probably a snuff film." And then like a minute later, they show him walking out, and next to him is a movie, as like a poster, and it says Snuff Film Festival. I was like, thank you. I know what I'm talking about. You know. I know snuff film when I hear it. Thank you. That's all I had to say.
Nice. That is a very good show.
By the way, that was a fucking excellent show. And from someone who read the comic book 20 years ago, better than a comic book.
Yeah, they've got what they need to do. They got it down.
Everything they needed to change, they changed, and everything they've changed for the better.
And you know it's going to get better. Wait till the Saint of Killers comes.
Oh, dude,
you know what I mean? Wait till that storyline happens.
Episode 2, and they do like a preview of the Saint of Killers, and so I go back and rewatch episode 1, and I didn't notice before, but in the opening scene, when the preacher first gets up and there's all the empty liquor bottles on his table, I paused it. It's like, holy fuck, that's a silhouette of the Saint of Killers on the Ratwater whiskey bottle. Ah! Fuck! Yes! I'm telling Holly, she's like, I don't know, I have no idea what you're talking about. Saint of what? Say, trust me, it's going to be fucking awesome. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's just like The Watchmen. They not only take a great comic book, they've actually improved it.
Yeah,
so far.
and it's amazing
So far, we haven't hit episode 10 yet this season. We don't know yet.
Right. And it's amazing that Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, I believe that's his writing partner, they made this show possible.
Well, you know what it is? When we were kids watching stupid-ass fucking like Captain America and Fantastic Four superhero films, there were people that grew up without this shit. We finally hit an age when you and I are in middle age where people our age who grew up with this shit are adults and like, no, this is how you fucking do it. And Seth Rogen apparently is one of those people, along with J.J. Abrams and Favreau and these people that know what the fuck comic books really are.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But, no, I'm sorry. Anyway, BC Rock.
BC Rock. And just to end on Preacher, I don't remember his name, but one of the head writers, or one of the main writers for Breaking Bad, he wrote upwards 10 episodes, is one of the writers for Preacher too. So I mean that's a huge plus.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
And some of the episodes that he wrote for all the episodes of Breaking Bad were great, but some of them are one of the really like Rabid Dog. I mean, like episodes like that. This guy was responsible for. Those were like serious episodes.
And watching the Preacher show, I've been rereading the original episodes and like reading through it. It's like, yeah. And again, no disrespect or taking anything away from the original writer Garth Ennis of those original comic books. At the time, they were great, but seeing what they did and how they changed it for a serialized television show, they're fucking dead on.
Yeah. Fucking
brilliant. And the most major character they've changed, Tulip.
Yeah. It works.
I all for the better. All for the better. I was trying to explain to Holly that she wasn't a bad character, but she was kind of needy and a bit kind of like a subpar female. Tulip is such a strong female lead in this show.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. And with Cassidy, even though they've changed how they meet and kind of little things like that, the dynamic there, which isn't 100%, is still strong, like the way it should be. It's fucking brilliant. Yeah. Great writing.
And they're gonna build on their friendship too, which you can feel.
Friendship and the chasm, because there's a chasm that comes down the way. Spoiler for anybody who's never read the comic book. There's a chasm, and I think they're going to keep that chasm.
Yeah.
If they go into a second season, which they gotta.
They're probably already greenlit.
They gotta go. If they don't go in a fucking second season, I'm gonna riot. You'll see in the news. One man rioted today down Phillipsburg's main street. Local authorities are baffled.
Yes, only hurting himself and no one else.
Yeah. But, the only reason they're qualifying it as a riot because he kept screaming, "I'm rioting!" And
we just let him go because he didn't seem like a threat to anyone but himself.
More as we get details.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, probably.
News at 11. So BC Rock.
BC Rock.
We keep avoiding it.
BC Rock is supposed to be the true history of how mankind evolved.
According to Stewie something or other.
Babcock.
Babcock, yes.
Stewie Babcock, get it right.
Yeah, he's got a good old Brooklyn, sounding name.
Adam and Eve weren't the real story. Neither was the whole slime and stuff. It's Stewie Babcock.
Stewie Babcock.
And this character leads us through the whole history of how mankind invented fire and the wheel and became civilized and then fell into its normal path of destruction and mayhem.
Yeah, I mean, it was great. Sure.
I just wrapped it up.
You did.
Want to move on? No, I'm sorry.
we should.
Well, as you mentioned, when you watch BC Rock, there are long stretches of, okay, we're going to play some B-roll rock music now while we do a lot of visuals that someone probably wrote down and sent to the animation company we outsourced this shit to, and then it'll come back to the 15 minutes of storyline we have scripted.
Right, and when the American screenwriters got all that, they said, nah, we're just going to throw a lot of rock music in there, and we're just kind of wing it. At least that's what it felt like. We're just going to wing this.
Here's what I want to underline.
Yeah.
The main character, Stewie Babcock, the
Yes.
voice, an unknown. I'm pretty sure, right?
I thought they had one. Was it one star?
No. Follow me here.
Okay.
Stewie Babcock,
Yes.
an unknown name, right? Unknown voice.
Unknown voice.
Biggest name of the time, Bill Murray, right?
Oh, yeah.
He can't be bothered to do more than all right, I'll do the dragon for a day.
Yeah, I'm going to crisp you.
Yeah, I'll do the dragon for a day. That character comes back. I'll give you 2 hours of recording time. That's all they can afford. Everybody else is yeah, we never heard from them again.
And Christopher Guest. Christopher Guest was the voice of No Lobes. Which there's actually two people.
And
There's
who
actually
was No Lobes again?
I don't even remember. One of the stupid his dinosaur friend, I guess. Christopher Guest there's two people that voice No Lobes. Christopher Guest and somebody named Clark Warren. Guaranteed.
Two different people.
Christopher Guest started and said, "I'm done with this shit," and then they brought in this Clark Warren to finish.
So the only real, and even I don't even know if Christopher Guest was a name back then at that point.
I don't. Did he even do? Did they do Spinal Tap yet? I don't even think Spinal Tap was out yet.
I don't think Christopher Guest himself. I mean, let's be fair. Christopher Guest, as great as he is, and I'm no disrespect to Christopher Guest. I don't think he's a big name, even in that time period, 1981, 1980, 1979, as Bill Murray, SNL member. Christopher Guest, what was he doing back in then? Well, he was just off of Lenny and Squiggy?
Yeah, probably.
I don't think he was a household name in any respect back then. No offense. Again, I love Christopher Guest. Bill Murray, on the other hand,
I don't even after Spinal Tap. I don't think he was. I don't think he became a household name until he did Best in Show.
Best in Show and Simpsons. That's it.
Well, Simpsons, but Best in Show when he actually started his directorial, really getting noticed for his directorial stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
Christopher
there was that
Guest,
time where he was in. Don't forget the Showtime. Was it Showtime or HBO? Real Sex, not Real Sex. God damn it.
Real Sex was HBO, but
no, Dream On.
That was also HBO.
Not Dream On, but all right, it was HBO. It wasn't Dream On, but it was another show that came out at the same time where he was a guy going to psychiatrists about sex problems.
Oh.
And he was an actor.
Wait,
and
I know that
he's
show.
probably a writer as well. Look it up, because I'm telling you, I remember watching it.
Fuck.
And that's the first time I remember him on television, post Laverne and Shirley, except for 1941. I don't think he's ever really been out in front until the new century came around.
Yeah, probably not.
And again, he's been behind the scenes and doing shit. Writer, brilliant fucking guy. No criticism to him. But is he a household name in 1980? Fuck no. Bill Murray? Yeah.
Oh, big time.
And Bill Murray gets what? 5 minutes of screen time because that's all he can afford, or all they can afford, or all he can allow. They if he had voiced the main character, this film would have guaranteed, I don't know, theatrical release. Which I'm pretty sure it didn't get.
No, and the reason I know that, the only reason I know that, it was because when it was first requested, because people can always request films for us to review,
Oh,
but it has to fall within the theatrical release rule if it's going
Right.
to be one of our regular reviews. And this,
Because we can review any fucking shit if it's not released in the theater.
yeah, which is a perfect example of when we reviewed Rotor, when we were reviewing this, and obviously when we do ThanksKilling. But yeah, I know that it was not released theatrically in the United States at all, which is one of our stipulations that has to be released domestically. At least it's one of my major ones. I could give a fuck if it's released foreign, because everything is released somewhere foreign.
That's almost
Rotor
the
was
only
released
rule we
in
have
like
of the show.
like Germany or something.
Really, that's the only rule we have of the show. Has to be American theatrical release.
Yeah, domestic. North America. I will take North America.
All right, domestic means American.
North America. Canada's involved with that.
Canada's not America.
North America, I would take a film released in Canada because it's a part of North America.
That's fucking Canada. Come on. Really?
What, you don't like my answer, eh?
Eh?
Hey, how about those numbers, Weed?
I don't know what that's about. I don't know.
A boot.
I've been to Canada, motherfucker.
I've never been to Canada.
I'll tell you. I went to the first time I ever went to Canada. We were doing a music video, and I actually, let me rephrase that. Only time I've ever been to Canada. We're doing a music video. I'm doing lighting, and the person, Nikki the Vampire, who we were going with, she was our connection. As we got there, 3 o'clock in the morning, she said, "Listen, they don't really all those things you hear about where they talk like certain ways. They don't really talk like that. So just don't say anything." So, all right, cool. We're not assholes, whatever. So we're waiting there, and the guy comes down. The first thing he says is, "Oh, you guys have made it okay, eh?" All bets are off. That's it.
And
Everything you've ever heard about Canada is 100% fucking true.
And they do say a boot, not maybe so much like hard like that. It's like it's a boat, but it's a boat time.
And there's nothing worse than having a hangover and trying to order French McDonald's breakfast. Yeah, I want a oof McMuffin. The fuck is that? I told you about Will too, right?
I don't think
I'm
so.
with Will. Will's a person I know that was there with me, and we had to buy extension cords for the video shoot.
Right.
And we go into a I forget which part of it. Obviously it's the part of Canada that speaks French a lot.
Quebec.
And we go into a hardware store, and they don't speak English, and we're trying to say extension cord. So Will, and this is for the video viewers, starts pantomiming extension cord like this. And I'm like, "Will, no, that's not how you extension cord. That's how you jerk off. No, stop."
Yeah, you must have been in Montreal, Quebec.
Yeah, we're about to be arrested.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
That place, because we were thinking about vacationing there, and they said, "Listen, the biggest caveat to going there is that no one speaks English." That is
hey, all right, now I'll tell you this: no one speaks English, but they're used to English people, so they make do.
Oh,
we
yeah.
made it. None of us spoke English. We made it to the sushi restaurant, and after that, we made it to Le Sphinx, which was the nightclub we went to.
Nice.
Which was apparently Egyptian themed. And the Egyptian theme to the nightclub called Le Sphinx was that they had a mummy in the doorway where you had to pay your fee, and then that was it.
That's it?
That was the only Egyptian thing I saw the entire fucking night. That was it.
I hear the women in Montreal are beautiful, too.
They were driving us past probably some of the ugliest prostitutes I've ever seen. People were driving by, and the guy's like, and the cabbie, he was like, "They're the prostitutes." It's like, "Those are ugly prostitutes." Do they have pretty prostitutes? Like, no, none.
No, sorry,
Wow.
sir. They're all respectable women. Only the whores they become the prostitutes. I'm sorry, sir. You have to maybe go to New York. I don't know much about New York, but you might have to go there for the pretty prostitutes.
Hollywood or New York, Broadway.
Yes.
Broadway.
Yeah, the Canal Street, maybe. Yes, over there. I hear that's pretty good.
I hear the meatpacking section is plentiful with whores.
Yes, as you pack your meat.
No,
Yes.
Ugliest whore, and I spent 15 years doing driving through Manhattan. Ugliest prostitutes I've ever seen in my life, Canada.
Oh, shit.
Now, it might have been the road we took. I don't know. But I'm just telling you my personal experience.
I've never... Now, did you have to have a passport when you went?
No, this was before 9/11.
Okay, so that... Because now you need one, even just to go to Canada.
Want to hear another funny story?
Sure.
So we're going over the border of Canada.
Let's continue to not talk about BC Rock.
Yeah. Canadian border, 3 o'clock in the morning. Never
Yes.
been. I've been slapping myself repeatedly for the past hour to keep myself from falling asleep.
Uh-huh.
I'm a little delirious.
Sure.
So, and we're following the guy who's taking us to the gig. It's a personal gig, rock band, low budget bill. I think I have their album somewhere still.
Cool.
But so we get to the border. I'm like, this is no problem. We have nothing to hide. So the guy at the border says, "Are you here for business or pleasure?" It's like, well, business. I mean, pleasure, yeah, but I mean, business. We're here to do a rock video lighting thing, but we're not getting paid really, so it's kind of pleasure. So a little bit of both. Already I fucked it up. And he says, "Oh, so you're doing a rock band thing, eh? Yes. Where are you from?" I say, "America." Back there.
It's right there. It's like 20 feet that way.
Behind us.
As a matter of fact, we're still in America because we haven't gone through yet.
And there's an uncomfortable silence, and I'm like, "Oh, wait, you mean more specifically Bloomfield, which is in New Jersey. So that's New Jersey, America, that I'm heading from towards your country,
Yes.
which is Canada."
Yes.
Yeah. Says, "Oh, all right, well, when are you heading?" Says, Canada. Over the border, over there. I mean, we're following them. So I don't know exactly where we're going because we're just following that car. But wherever they're going, we're going. I think it's Quebec, but I wouldn't know because I'm from America. And he said, "So you rock music? Yeah, we're doing a music thing. We're doing a music video and we're doing the lighting for it. So what's the name of the rock band?" I don't know. Because, I don't listen to the band and I don't know them. We're following that guy.
You
Really?
should be asking that guy all these questions.
At this point, I should have been pistol whipped and our car should have been torn apart looking for drugs. The most bizarre fucking experience I've ever had. Coming back, the only thing they said was, do you have anything to declare? And all I said was like, Canadian cigarettes and porn. I said, "Okay, you can go." That's it. Now, to be fair, I only bought one pornographic magazine from Canada because it was in French and that was like kind of funny. And I don't smoke, but I bought a pack of Canadian cigarettes because they say cancer on the front.
Oh, really?
Canadian cigarettes are great. We hide the label on the side where it says, "Warning: Surgeon General says that smoking cigarettes may cause
birth defects
injury,
and cancer.
fetuses if a pregnant woman smokes it." Canada, on the front in French, that says, "Smoking will kill you." And I was like, "Fuck! I had a pack of Canadian cigarettes in the glove compartment of my car for 2 years."
Wow. Never
Just because,
opened?
I smoked maybe 5 cigarettes out of that pack in the course of 2 years. Whenever I want to look cool, so yeah, hold on, I get my Canadian cigarettes here. Yeah, they cause cancer. You know that? That was it.
It causes Canadian cancer. At least they'll be nice.
That was great. Just going over the border, and I'm piece of cake. Where are you from? Back there. Fucking horrendous. Fucking sad.
And he just let you through, no problem.
If I ever had to smuggle drugs, it would be like the episode of Mr. Show. So you have anything to declare? No, I have nothing to declare. Cocaine stuffed up my ass. No, not at all. Anyway, BC Rock, yeah.
BC Rock, horrible movie. Don't recommend anyone watch it.
There's a lot of sexual stuff.
I don't. You know what? Even as a virile, virile works.
No, it doesn't.
Virile, okay.
Virile.
Budding teenager. This would have never. I wouldn't have cared. There isn't enough in here to even have that catch my eye.
The majority of what you see is male penises and ass,
Uh-huh.
with the occasional female breast. And
right.
there's a lot of sophomore humor. The vivid thing, I actually did see this. I actually did see snippets of this as a child.
Oh, really?
And watching this, honestly, the only parts that remained embedded in my memory are the parts where like people would like die exploded. Like the dinosaur would throw a guy and he would hit the ground and explode and like the ribs be sticking out. I'm like, you die. As a kid, I'm like, as a child, too young to understand sex and death. The death part I got.
Yeah.
The sex part was like, I don't understand this. I mean, I think my parents rented this once or twice because, again, 80s young adults. Hey, an adult cartoon. Ironically, I don't think my parents ever saw heavy metal.
Really?
I don't.
To this day, maybe.
From my memory, they never rented it. It doesn't mean anything because it was never released on video.
My parents never rented anything like this. No animated stuff, nothing like this.
My parents rented BC Rock.
My parents rented Fritz the Cat for me because they thought it was a kid's film because they're.
It is.
Because they're, and I mentioned this on the show repeatedly, European raised and born. They didn't look at a film like that. They didn't read the back of the box. They just said, "Oh, it's a cartoon. It must be for kids."
And outside of the European thing, again, Fritz the Cat was a new thing on the scene. You didn't have adult-oriented cartoons back then.
Right.
My parents probably would have done the same thing if they had seen it. Although my parents were a bit younger than your parents, so they probably wouldn't have.
Maybe not.
My parents are a little more hip than yours. A little more.
I remember watching the film and running into where my parents were having company over, telling them all of the dirty things that I was seeing on the screen, and my parents were just like, "Oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. It's what is he watching? We don't know what he's watching. He's watching a cartoon." And then finally, when company left, they finally came into the other room and were like, "Oh." I see.
Now, I think Fritz the Cat was I believe it was the first film to receive an X.
Yes, it was.
Now, but there's no sex.
Or was that Last Tango in Paris? What year did that come out?
Cartoon receive an X.
That cartoon, yes. If it's film,
but there's no actual sex in the film.
Or Midnight Cowboy was the first film ever to receive an X.
Film.
Yeah.
Right.
Film.
Right. And what was later turned to an NC-17 because there's
right. And won Best Picture, which was.
When you watch that film now, you're like, how is this not PG-13? Really? What the fuck?
That's right. You take out a couple of swears, it could be PG.
It's insane what they considered X back then. But Fritz the Cat, there's no sex in it.
Fritz the Cat? No, not really. There's just some sexual situations, nudity.
Yeah. But that was like X because of the Mormon led fucking MPAA.
Yeah,
bullshit.
I mean, you see a paw hand grab a vagina, but that's basically as graphic as it gets.
You know what's weird too? Like I was taking a 16-year-old, my stepdaughter, to see a movie, and she's like, "Well, you have to buy the ticket for me." And I was going to anyway because I have that movie pass thing.
Uh-huh.
I was like, I really don't. Yeah, I was trying to explain to her, say, but it's R. Says, yeah, but that's not a legal definition. That's the MPA. It's a self-designed guidance system. There's no law saying that. You go to the library now, they'll rent it to you for free.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The library system does not recognize the MPA system. They will give you an R-rated film if you're 12. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, well, as long as your card allows you to... Actually, what it comes down to, because I work for a library system, what it comes down to is the card has to have the ability to rent media such as DVDs or Blu-rays. As long as the card has that ability, you can rent anything.
Right. It's not a legal definition. So
Nope.
I was trying to explain to her that movie theater can sell you a ticket. They don't have to not sell you a ticket. It's their discretion. But legally, you are allowed to see an R-rated film. It's a self-imposed restriction by the Hollywood entertainment industry to prevent the government from stepping in and putting their own system in, because that would be far fucking worse.
Yeah, the same thing goes for video games, because video games were never
Yes.
rated for a long time, but
They're rated, but they're self-imposed rating.
right, the government was going to try and do it on their own, and the video
Thanks
game
to
companies.
fucking gore, cock
yeah.
bitch.
So, but here's the
I don't
thing.
All right, I don't even know what cock bitch means. I apologize.
I don't know what it means either, but it was fun.
I was gonna say cocksucker, but I realized it was a female, and I went bitch, and it ruined it.
Well, here's the thing with the video game ratings. They've actually produced better games. Because the video game companies are they've went out and said, okay, we'll make our game MA-17. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Whereas before the ratings, they always had to kind of, walk this line of, well, we can't really do too much because then we might get a bad name for the game and no one will really buy it. And then the government steps in and says, listen, your games are causing violence and people to be crazy. And they said, well, statistically, that's not proven and it's actually untrue. Video games actually calm people down. And they said, no, we're pretty sure that video games are bad. So we got to put ratings on them. So the video game company said, okay, here's a rating system, much like the MPAA, all the way from E for everyone to MA-18. I think there's an MA-21, which is pornographic, but no one's ever used it.
40-something, so I don't even know what the ratings are anymore.
It goes from E, I believe, to MA-21. Or MA-18, which is the harshest, which basically means you could put anything like, it could be pornographic. So now, most games that come out are MA-17, and they're awesome.
Ironically, it's the opposite of the film industry, which is now, all right, if we're going to make any money, make it NC-17. No. Hold
PG-13.
on. Strike that, reverse it. Make it PG-13.
Right.
It's got to be PG-13 or we're not going to make our money. We don't want kids to miss out on this because that's a demographic we need.
Right. And
it's like
it's this middle ground of film ratings that it's like, okay, we're walking this line of a hard, the new term is hard PG-13. Okay? Like,
really?
say, a Batman versus Superman, Batman v Superman, that's considered to be a hard PG-13.
All right. And what are the two films that inspired the PG-13 rating? Tell me, Joey.
Gremlins and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
And how many of those did you see in a theater as a child, Joey?
Both.
Same here. Welcome to the fuck generation. We are the generation that grew up with cable in our the first generation that grew up with 24-hour cable movies in our homes.
That's right.
And the first ones to tell the studios, you know what? That might be too harsh for an 11-year-old kid.
I remember looking at the back of the box of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, where it had the PG rating. It said some scenes may be too intense for younger viewers. Because you know what? People's hearts are being ripped out of their chests, and they're eating monkey brains at the dinner table.
All I remember is my mother freaking out at the insect scene.
Oh, yeah.
But then later, we're watching a human heart being ripped out, and not once did she say, like, honey, you shouldn't watch this. No, that was all good.
Hum num chavai, hum num chavai.
Now, what year was that?
84. Both movies came out in 84.
84? So I was how old?
Ooh, 12?
11.
11. Oh, 11, yes.
Or the 73. I was 11, possibly 10, depending on what time of the year.
I was 8.
11
I was 8 years old.
I was 10 or 11 years old in the theater, and my mother at no point said, human heartbeat torn out of the chest, we should leave. She's like, no, we're good. But what's the insect? That's creepy.
Yeah, the end scene in Gremlins is just, I think that's what really did it. Because Gremlins came out around Christmas time. Temple of Doom, I believe, came out. It was a summer movie. And then Gremlins was a Christmas. It was a holiday film.
Gremlins is Christmas. So that counts as 72 or 73 Christmas?
That would be an 84 Christmas.
83 or 84? 84
it's
Christmas?
84 Christmas. We were moving into 1985.
All right, so I was definitely 11 then.
I believe it came out November 84.
All right, I was 11, just turned 12.
I'm going to find out.
My brother, who was probably just turned 10 behind me, watching Gremlins when the black teacher gets stabbed.
Yeah.
They show like the hypodermic in his ass. My brother behind me, a row behind me, crying at a PG film. And And I remember like, what the fuck's his problem? Yeah. Yeah, shut up. Shut up. This is a fun movie.
Actually, I have it backwards. Gremlins came out in June of 1984, so you had not had a birthday yet.
June. So I'm 84, so I'm still 11.
Yes.
No, sorry. Ow. Yeah, 11. I'm still 11. My brother's 9, because his birthday's November. 9-year-old behind me watching Gremlins, crying because people are dying on it. And I'm like, ha, 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 ha. Shut up.
So Temple of Doom came out in May of 84. Wow. So Gremlins it took place during Christmas time, but they put it out in the summer.
Which is weird.
I want to say that they re-released it because it was a huge hit. It was a huge smash, made a shitload of money.
Now,
I want to say that they re-released it that Christmas.
Now that's interesting that you say that, because people listening to this podcast who are under the age of us might not realize that up until a certain time period before home video, they would re-release films.
Oh yeah.
Because
movies would play upwards
movie.
3 years in a theater.
Yeah, I mean E.T., Star Wars, Alien, the first one. They re-release these films because, apart from public television, there was nowhere else. There was no cable really up until the early '80s. You didn't see these films again on video. There was no like moratorium, and then now they're going to stream it to pay per view. It was either a theater or NBC.
And now, like clockwork, if it comes out today, it's on Blu-ray and DVD in 3 months.
Right.
To the day almost.
So they actually re-released films. You would see E.T., and then 3 months later, we're showing E.T. again. Everybody missed it the first time because the lines. Come on down and see it. I mean, that was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, Batman v Superman came out in March. It is coming out digitally. The R-rated cut of the film is coming out digitally this month.
And what was the rating in the theaters?
PG-13.
And there's an R version?
There's an R version, yeah.
See that?
Yeah, and then that's coming out digitally this month, and then next month, disc form, Blu-ray and DVD.
Oh, yeah.
So 3 to 4 months now, like clockwork. Because
and I guarantee you, after the success of Deadpool, we're going to see more R-rated superhero cartoons.
I hope so. I really do. They re-released Ghostbusters in '84, and I remember they re-released it later on that year or the following summer again, which is what they did with Gremlins. They re-released it the following summer.
Because that was around the time when video stores were first still coming out.
Video stores were out for a couple of years, but that's when they really started to get big.
Because I can tell you, the first 2 films I ever rented on my family, we bought a VCR player. We didn't have I know people like, oh yeah, I had connections and we had the first VCR player and we had like Star Wars stuff. Yeah, whatever. We had no connection whatsoever. Our first VCR with the top that you would push down.
Yep.
Yeah, that crazy shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is prominently shown in the film The Thing. Remember that?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
First 2 films we ever rented, ever. Period. Christening the VCR. The first 2 movies ever rented.
Gremlins, right?
No.
No, it wasn't
Shut
Gremlins? Up. Okay.
The Never-Ending Story.
Okay.
And Teachers.
Ooh, Teachers. Wow.
Which came out in '84.
That's Teachers. Hold on. That's Randy Quaid?
Yes. No, Randy Quaid. Nick Nolte.
Where's the movie with Randy Quaid that had a similar title? Shit, I thought he was in Teachers.
Teachers, Randy Quaid? I don't think so. Crispin Glover was in it. Ralph Macchio, I think, was in it. I could be wrong. But Nick Nolte was the main teacher, and what's his name? The guy that played Bert in Soap. He was in Teachers as well.
I remember.
Yeah. And that film came out in 1984, which means the video had to come out in '85. So our first DVD player, our first VHS player was in '85.
85. Yeah, you know what? My parents were early adopters. We had a VCR in 81 or 82.
Really?
Yeah, my parents were
you
very
rich bastards.
Yeah, right. But my father, I guess, did make enough money to own a VCR in the early 80s. I think they paid $600 for it.
Yeah, we didn't do that.
No, you were smart.
Or anyway.
Now, I'm trying to find the name of that movie that I thought Randy Quaid was in. Parents.
Parents. That's like late 80s, man. That's like
80,
early 90s almost.
It's 89.
Yeah, no, that's way further down.
Yeah,
that's
parents, teachers. Time. Sorry, I mixed them up.
No.
Yeah, wasn't that the one where his parents are cannibals, right? Like the cover of the box is like there's a meat grinder.
Yeah, they play that song.
Yeah, that's my son's favorite song that you did for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a new name for terror. Parents. I'm looking at the poster.
Damn good movie. I have to go back and rewatch that.
I actually don't have Parents or Teachers in my collection. I don't
have either, and
I'm gonna write that down.
I don't have either, and I should and I should go back and rewatch Parents because I don't think I've seen it since it came out on video, and that's like a couple decades almost.
Yeah, I saw it when it came out in '89, and I
90,
don't think I've seen Teachers since I saw it in the mid '80s.
Holy shit! I haven't seen that film in 25 years.
I haven't seen Teachers in 30 years.
Oh fuck! I'm old.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Hey, I'm still I'm in my 30s still.
I saw Parents before my younger stepdaughter was born. Oh fuck! Hold on. I saw Parents before my older stepdaughter was born. Oh fuck!
Here's one for you. I'm
done. Just forget about it.
I saw Teachers when my wife was 5 years old.
That's because you were a cradle robber.
We're only 5 years apart, but I guess there's enough of a gap.
When I say cradle robber, I mean there's a compliment, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I just wanted to clarify. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. BC Rock.
We're still doing that?
Colossal piece of shit. You know what it is too. I mean, it's obvious they rushed it out to try to compete with heavy metal.
Yeah.
There's really no storyline except for, hey, I'm a caveman. I evolved. I discovered the wheel on fire, and then mankind became evil. And the film is what's the runtime for BC Rock? It's way too long.
It's an hour and 22 minutes.
Oh God, way too long. Even like the asparagus worshipping Latter-day Saints. What the fuck was with that scene?
The official runtime is an hour and 24 minutes. The cut that I have that we are reviewing is an hour and 22, so I don't know where the other 2 minutes are. I get the feeling that IMDb isn't exactly right on runtimes sometimes.
If there's 2 minutes missing from our cut, I don't want to know what they are.
I don't care.
I don't.
I'm not keeping this in my collection. I'm deleting it.
My guess is it has to do with its music rights.
They couldn't get a 2-minute song in there.
Because I can't think of anything. I smell something good.
Yeah, it was probably a song. Probably your roommate.
It's good. Yeah, I have a roommate now.
Yeah.
And a blind dog.
How's the dog? I bet the dog's cute though.
Dog's fine. He's a blind 10-year-old basset hound. He's adorable.
Adorable. I'm betting that it's maybe a song by Blondie or Cheap Trick or whatever band they.
Or that whole anal rape scene. No, never mind.
Ooh.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Straw Dogs. Never mind. Ignore me.
Yeah, don't do that. Why would you bring up a film like Straw Dogs and put it in the same sentence as BC Rock?
I don't know. So what's the other film we're reviewing besides
a classic versus a classic blunder?
Now, hold on. Before we go on to anything else, I feel bad that we haven't talked too much about BC Rock because it was a requested movie. But honestly, it was really there's not much to talk about because the whole film was basically rock video over outsourced single. You know what it is too? When you take the time to do single cell animation in the 80s, you expect at least like Ralph Bakshi dedication where he's trying to do something, even
Sure.
though he didn't, because Ralph Bakshi's
I mean,
an overrated
Disney
act.
invented rotoscoping all the way back in the 30s. You'd
Yeah,
think
great.
that
He invented a cheaper way to do animation. Yeah, fucking God bless him. Fuck Bakshi. Yeah, you ever seen? Remember? Have you ever seen the sequel to the Lord of the Rings animation? What's it called?
the sequel. Oh,
Lord of the Rings.
Lord
Yeah.
of the Rings. That's what he did, which is a combination of the Fellowship of the Ring and the Two Towers.
Right.
And
He
they ran out of
combined
money.
both of the books right, he combined both of the
Matter
books
of fact,
into one movie.
To correct myself
then-
very quickly, I believe the Fleischer brothers invented rotoscoping. It wasn't
Oh, yeah.
Disney. Disney kind of ripped them off. But anyway, go ahead.
And Bakshi just made it look stupid.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with that.
Yeah. You know, I'm sorry. I having like spent my entire like teenage formative years at a comic book store and all of this Bakshi praise, really, Bakshi is an overrated fuck.
He is.
And I'm gonna underline it with this. You can look up the actual interview because I don't remember it and I don't have it quoted or listed in front of me. But they were talking about Peter Jackson attempting the Lord of the Rings.
The new Lord of the Rings. That's right. I remember
Right.
this.
And this is before it came out. And they're interviewing Bakshi, and he's like, well, you know, I don't know if he could ever achieve what I did, but I hope he comes close. And I remember reading that, being a Peter Jackson fan, I was like, fuck you. Really? The Hobbit was the height of your fucking career? Congratulations, ass face, because the height of your career amounts to fucking 2 p.m. on NBC, dick.
Yes, it did.
And Peter Jackson, for all the shit I give him for everything post Lord of the Rings, he took and fucking nailed it.
He certainly did. Still,
And at a fraction of the fucking cost that it would have cost.
and he created. He didn't create the genre, but he brought that genre back to life, and now we can't get rid of it.
Yeah, and that's why he can go fuck himself, because he created the whole.
Well, that's not really his fault. He really just had a passion for the Tolkien novels.
Yeah.
And it just Hollywood is really who we should be saying fuck you to.
Well,
he pretty much, you know, the whole epic mode. You can't find a movie that's less than 2.5 hours these days.
Right.
Very
but then
rare.
he went and did King Kong in epic mode.
Oh,
and that
yeah.
was the film he supposedly idolized. And that's where I lost any respect for Peter Jackson post Lord of the Rings.
I thought at the time that King Kong was going to be a bigger movie than it was domestically.
You mean better?
I thought it was just going to demolish all kinds of records.
Well, you thought it'd be better.
Of course.
Not the piece of shit it was.
Yes, of course.
Like, yeah, exactly. Right.
But
Especially after the Lord of the Rings.
I was calling like it was gonna opening weekend record. It was going to be best 10-day tally. I'm thinking it's going to be all of these things, and to my surprise, a lot of people didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, but all this Bakshi worship over the Hobbit and shit is like all boils down to is, hey, Bakshi, first person to ever do adult cartoons. Guess what? That's where your career ended. Have a fucking happy life. Fuck you. I would be fine with Bakshi if he hadn't pulled that shit on Peter Jackson. Like, oh, I don't know if he could ever achieve what I did. What the fuck did you achieve, asshole? Rotoscoping? And like a lame cartoon adaptation to a book that most adults will never read in their entire lifetime?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Well, anyway, we should rate... I apologize. I got a bit of a tangent there. We should rate BC Rock on IMDb.
Yeah, it's actually rated pretty high.
What's pretty high for BC Rock?
Well, it's only got 443 ratings, but it's rated 6.2. It's rated 6.2, which is extremely high.
I can't wait to see the demographics on this thing. What do you want to rate this film? I'll let you throw out the starting bid.
The starting bid? 2.
I'll say 3, 4 because they actually got Bill Murray.
I would go higher if I just knew for a fact that the French audio was better. But I won't take anyone's word for it. I'd have to rewatch it and listen with English subtitles.
Let's say 3.
3 is fine.
All right, 3 it is.
I can be on board with a 3.
All right. Oh, I gotta say, wow, this is some weird demographics. The highest rating is 6. Then the next rating is 10, and then before that is 7. There's no horseshoe or a concave. It's just all across the board. When you go to the broken down demographics, apparently males liked it much better than females. I wonder why. We mentioned the fact that the only love interest of the main character was a cat race that eventually spurned him, and the ugly women that the cavemen would have sex with repeatedly. After they learned how to by watching the
let's make
dinosaurs.
babies.
Must make babies. And they didn't know how to until they watched the dinosaurs do it.
Which is impossible because they exist.
No, they watched the turtles do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Something like that. No, it was a dinosaur. It was some.
Was it dinosaur?
It was a dinosaur. It was a couple of different scenes.
Okay. Age, the highest rating males under 18 is 6.0. Highest rating age under 18 is 6.0. One person. There was one person under the age of 18 that's rated this fucking film, and they rated it a 6.
Oh, good for them.
And that's because they saw boobies.
Yeah.
And obviously they live in a part of the country with no internet, and so they can't watch actual porn.
That's probably true.
Outside of under 18, the highest demographic is males 30 to 44, our demographic, sir,
yes.
at 6.3. You want to know the lowest demographic? Females aged 30 to 44, our demographic.
Yeah.
Or age-wise, 4.4.
Yeah, they watch this and they're like, I'm not putting up with this shit.
Women our age, on average, voted... And by the way, males our age that have rated this film, 146. Females our age who have rated this film, 9. There are 9 women out there who said, yeah, I'm going to rate this fucking piece of shit because he made me watch it. And the other 137 women were like, yeah, you watch it by yourself, come to bed when you're done. That's it.
No, you're right.
That's it.
That's what happened in my house. Hey, babe, I got to watch this movie called... No, I'm going to bed. Come to bed when you're done. That's exactly what happened.
And no IMDb staff have rated this film.
None.
And that I'm actually considering that a plus towards the IMDb staff.
Yeah, that's probably the smartest thing they've done lately.
Yeah. The highest demographic out of all of them is males our age, 6.4. That's it. Lowest demographic out of everything is females aged 30 to 44, 4.4. Very sad.
Very sad.
Oh, pardon me.
That's quite all right. All right, so we've rated and we've kind of reviewed BC Rock.
Now, to be fair, we got the name of the main character correct. Huey Babcock.
Stewie
Babcock, which proves that we both watched the film.
Of course.
I just want to underline that. We watched the film.
I absolutely watched this. I will never be watching it again.
For the love of Christ, I watched this film.
Yeah.
Alone.
Yes,
I'm not crazy.
Same here.
I did not make Holly watch either of these films because I'm not suicidal.
It's probably a good thing.
No, very good. I'm going to live a longer life.
Now, my wife did tell me when we do the listener request for Night of the Comet, she will watch that with me because that's one of her favorite movies ever.
If we do that one.
I think we will.
Oh, really?
I do. It falls within our guidelines, even if it wasn't a listener request.
Okay. We'll tackle that. Now, we spent way too long on BC Rock because we spent most of the time not talking about it.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the film ThanksKilling.
It's not 19. It's 2009.
That's what I meant.
Sure. I do have a trailer, so we may as well play that.
Oh, please do.
Yes. Here, let's go ahead and play the trailer for... Yeah, let's get the volume up. Here we go. Oh.
So guys, I was thinking, since it's Thanksgiving and all that, we should go around and say what we're thankful for.
I'm thankful that your mom has the juiciest
town. Back in the 1500s, in the settlement of Crawlberg,
It's already wrong.
an old Indian by the
Movie
name
starts
of
out in the
Feathercloud
1600s.
was dishonored by a pilgrim. Feathercloud necromanced a turkey. A turkey that would stop at nothing to get what he wanted. To kill.
Everything's gonna be okay.
You don't believe me, do you?
I do believe you.
There's no such thing as an evil turkey. There's no such thing as an evil turkey.
This little baby bunny got its stomach gnawed open by a beak. Not just any beak. A turkey beak.
There's no such thing as an evil turkey. There's
No such thing as an evil turkey. Oh, wait. I lied.
So, not since Birdemic did I have as much fun watching a shitty movie like this.
Now, I have to totally disagree with you, sir, in your comparison to Birdemic to this.
Really?
Because Birdemic was obviously done by
It says right here, the year is 1621, and the trailer, they specifically say in the 1500s. It's 100 years...
Okay.
Because there are so many people writing this fucking thing that they contradict themselves nearly every step of the way. Only nudity shot in the movie, by the way.
Here's the difference between Birdemic and ThanksKilling.
Uh-huh.
Birdemic, I don't think they really meant to be as bad as they were. ThanksKilling, you know from the beginning, when the first shot of the film is a pair of tits on a pilgrim woman.
Yes.
Played by Wendy
Lust.
Wendy Lust.
Wendy Lust.
MILF porn star.
Yeah.
Um,
Which the
so
movie
I'm
cost $3,500. I believe most of the budget was spent on paying her.
As it should be.
Yes.
Not that I'm familiar with Wendy Lust at all.
I'm not. I
Not at all.
haven't seen any of her stuff. I'm gonna see some now.
I've seen a couple. All right, most of them. Anyway.
Any good?
What? Well, for MILF porn, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, that's besides the point.
Uh-huh.
This film was obviously done by people who knew they were making a bad film and were just trying to make a funny movie.
Yeah, that's why it's only an hour and 6 minutes.
Exactly. Now, it was made by two college students between their, I think, like junior and senior year.
Okay.
The budget was like non-existent.
$3,500. $3,500 bucks. That's what it
Right.
cost to make
Yeah,
over 11 days.
Right. Most of the makeup effects were done with leftover makeup effects. I'm assuming from class projects.
Mm-hmm.
And the film was shot in like what, 7 days, 8 days? It was something
11
ridiculous.
days.
Like,
Come on.
Yeah.
Keep on.
Right.
You got to listen to me when I talk.
Well, you gotta open your mouth wider.
Uh-huh. I am a trifle deaf in this ear as well, so.
Good day, sir. And
you're an incorrigible monster.
and I can't tell you, this film won me. Besides Wendy Lust's breasts in the opening scene.
Oh yeah.
This film won me when we meet the father of the one girl, who's the sheriff
with a fake mustache.
Yeah, the really bad fake mustache, and he drinks the coffee. He's like, "Wow, this is horrible. What'd you do? Shit in it?" And the wife says, "As a matter of fact, I did. I want a divorce." She walks out. And he's like, "Okay then," and he keeps going. Like, all right, this is a bunch of kids who just had some funny ideas. This is what I would have shot if I went to college. Something along these lines I would have shot if I went to college. It's like, this is fucking. I mean, all right, wait, hold on. Let me rephrase it. If I went to college when I was a teenager.
Ah, yes.
Sorry, let me rephrase that. Because I did go to college, but I waited until I was like 30-something.
No, it's okay. It's because it's not like they took anything that they learned from any real film school or watching movies. They just said, let's just wing this, and let's just make a movie.
I mean, just from the first half hour of the film, the first line that really grabbed my attention, because they have the one girl in the group who's a complete slut, and the one girl says, "Your legs are harder to shut than the John Benet Ramsey case."
Yeah, that's right.
I was like, "Wow, hold on, pause this for a second. You not only did you compare the murder of a small child to someone being sexually promiscuous, but even at the time this was made, that's a bit dated."
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, we're gonna go this way. I'm good with that. In the first 15 minutes of film, I saw more nipples than I was prepared to. Male and female.
That's true.
Animated and real. Way more nipples than I was prepared to.
It's funny when they're driving to her dad's house, because they're all in college and they all basically live in the same general area, which is that's not how it works. It's like all of you and your friends don't come from the same area in college. You live on campus. You live in different parts of the country. That's just the way that works. But these fucking 4 douchebags, they all live in the same general area.
Now, let's get the general plot for Thanksgiving. Five college students are traveling home, but their Thanksgiving break is ruined because a dog pissed on an ancient Indian burial ground, which reanimated this cursed
necromanced turkey
who is pledged to kill all white people, which I'm not against, and then chaos ensues.
Yeah, I like when the hitchhiker picks him up, because obviously he doesn't give a fuck what he has sex with. What is it?
Hang on a second. Hold on. Let's just back up a second.
Okay.
The turkey's hitchhike. The demonic turkey has killed the dog.
Yes.
I think it took out one of the eyes of the dog's owner. The hillbilly.
I think he got some. Yeah, he got a little shrapnel of some
kind. And
kind.
he's hitchhiking because I don't know. And the guy pulls over and he leans out and says, "Ass, gas, or grass?" And the turkey says, "Well, I don't have any grass, so I guess I'll go for ass."
And the guy leans over, like, zip down his fly, like, "Yeah, let's get this thing going."
Right. And then the turkey pulls a shotgun.
Yeah, where the fuck did he get a shotgun from?
And that's not the first time that shotgun shows up.
No.
And here's what I love about that scene.
Well, okay, go ahead. You can do it. I
gotta say it. The turkey, and the guy's like, turkey puts a shotgun to the guy's throat, and the guy's like, "Hold on. I've got a daughter. Please, turkey, I have a daughter." Turkey says, "Call her." He calls his daughter, says, "I'll be home for Thanksgiving, sweetie, yeah." And before he finishes the call, the turkey kills him.
Blows his fucking head off.
I'm like, am I watching like a David Lynch 1950s noir film, or is this a crappy film about a killer turkey? What the fuck's going on here? Am I... It's like at some point, this film crossed gears with Wild at Heart, and I'm watching a different film.
Call her.
But the minute the turkey said "call her,"
and then he steals his car and drives it.
Now all right, forget that. When the turkey said "call her," I knew it wasn't going to end well.
This is a great film to be high or drunk to.
The only thing worse, well, I had one advantage. The even better than that is later the turkey stalking these kids after like the turkey
they break down, and that's when he starts stalking them. He's in the woods.
Right. Exactly. So he starts stalking after them.
Yep.
So later he tracks down the first woman, the slut, at his house when she's being banged by some guy. The turkey kills the guy and then starts fucking her from behind.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, exactly as vulgar as a teenager would make it. Oh yeah, And then at the end, when he's finished, he goes, "You've been stuffed.
You just got stuffed." And
then bites her in the back of the neck, which I'm assuming severs her spine, but they don't have the budget to show any of that. She just falls limp and is dead.
Here's the thing: when during the whole turkey sex scene, I thought it couldn't get better until he said, "You just got stuffed." Then it got better.
It certainly got better. And he just keeps tracking them down one by one. He goes to the star quarterback, or the backup to the star quarterback's father's house, who's disappointed in his son because he feels that he's a failure. And then when the son tells him that he is the star quarterback, he's like, "Oh yeah, I couldn't be more proud of you. I love you, Dad. I love you, son." Then the turkey steps in and cuts his head off right in front of him.
With a fucking Bowie knife.
And throws it at him like a football.
What does it say? Like heads up, son, or a good kid? I forget.
It was something like that, yeah.
I love the credits. The credits are playing right in front of me. They actually, like, the key grip. You had a key fucking grip. Really?
Yeah.
There's no union on your job. You didn't have a key grip. Your friend carried shit. Shut up. Stop that.
They looked at all the things that that normal movies have, and they were like, "Oh, key grip. Oh yeah, we know what that is. Yeah, you could be the key grip. You'll get a credit on our movie."
No fucking way you had a gaffer. Shut the fuck up.
Which is interesting, because I was trying to figure out a way to watch this thing, and I'm like, it's got to be like streaming free, or not free, but it's got to be streaming without any cost other than my membership to Netflix and Amazon. Amazon does. Netflix didn't have it. I'm like, all right, maybe I'll watch it on Amazon. Amazon wanted $3, and I'm like, well, fuck no. So then I go on YouTube. I'm like, okay, maybe this film the full movie will be uploaded there. YouTube wanted like $4 or $5, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
They couldn't get distribution for the film, so they had to sell it on Amazon. They had to sell the DVD on Amazon. They couldn't get no distributors, even after Birdemic. No distributors would carry this film.
Right.
So they had to sell it on Amazon, and I think they sold 1,000 DVDs on Amazon before someone picked them up, and then they got on like pay Amazon, pay.
Right. And as a matter of fact, when the trailer was on, nobody could see it because your video is in front of the right-hand corner.
Yeah, that's right. Fuck y'all.
It had a Warner Brothers symbol in the bottom right-hand corner. So I have a feeling that when we upload this, we're going to get flagged by Warner Brothers.
Fuck Warner Brothers.
So when the daughter calls him to say, "Hey, we're a couple hours away," and he says, "Oh, good, you make it to that whatever dinner tonight?"
Oh.
And she's like, "Oh, yeah." They get their vehicle breaks down. They run in with this turkey. They sleep out in the woods. Then the next day, the father asks her if she can go to that dinner. Which already happened the day before, according to the script.
Hold on, my favorite part of the film.
Oh,
the turkey shows up at the father's house.
Yeah, this
ahead of them.
I actually was laughing.
The father's dressed as the turkey. He brings the turkey in. There's like a 5-minute scene where they're talking over the dinner table. Yeah. And you almost think the father's going to get away because they're kind of having fun talking.
Yeah, well, because the turkey at one point he goes, this is kind of awkward. I'm going to leave.
Yeah, but he ends up killing the father. So he peels the father's face off, sews it into a father mask.
Well,
then he fools the kids into thinking he's the girl's father for like a good 10 minutes.
Because when they were at the dinner table and the turkey, he says "fuck," and the father's like, "What did you say?" And then he just goes on a swearing tangent about why you could say "fuck." And he's like, "All right, fuck it, you can say fuck." But yeah, he cuts the father's face off and wears it. He's 2 feet tall. He's 2 feet tall, and these college students don't know it's a turkey. Because he even tells them that. He's like, "Man, you kids are stupid."
There's that one part of the conversation between the father and the turkey where the father's like, I'm not concerned about the fuck as much as I'm concerned about the age of the fuck. And the turkey's like, I'm 505 years old. Father's like,
yeah, fuck it.
All right, fuck it. And then at one point in the last half hour of the film, they conquer the turkey, but he gets exposed to nuclear waste.
Yeah, even the age of the turkey is wrong. I think that the age of the turkey, just simple math off the top of my head, I think they were off about 100 years on the age of the turkey as well.
Give or take.
The film is supposed to take place 1621. Let's do some simple math. 1621 plus 505 would mean that the film would be taking place in the year 2126.
You're ruining it for me.
I'm sorry. But if we do the year that the film came out, 2009 minus 505, 1504, which is what they say that in the film that it takes place in the 1500s, but their opening credits say 1621. So now the only reason why that's wrong, because you could say, oh, okay, maybe the turkey's been around for 90 years or so. No, they specifically said that he was necromanced at that point in time. So their dialogue is totally wrong, which I'm not surprised by, given the quality of the movie.
I'm going to flash back to our talk about Christopher Guest.
Oh, okay.
I got a text message on my phone that said, if you're talking about Michael McKean, yes, he was Martin Tupper's new boss on Dream On. I wasn't talking about Michael McKean, but both those shows did show in the same time period, so I...
Uh-huh.
And... now Gino Cuddy, who's the person that recommended BC Rock to us.
Yes.
We have a direct connection to him. He messages us quite often.
He's binging through Facebook. He should be using the live stream chat, because I don't check Facebook when we do the show.
Now, Gino, if you're still listening and haven't turned us off in disgust right now, please take the. I want to bring up the Mystery Science Theater 3000. You know that you should be familiar with that show.
You're not talking
to
me, are you?
They had one movie that they ever had. The filmmakers actually asked them to do an episode of it. Was Time Chasers.
Oh yes.
Which I believe they're going to be using for the MST3K reunion riff tracks at the end of this month.
Do you have tickets for that?
What?
Could you get tickets to that? Is it even in this general area?
I'm trying to. This month's been rough.
Where is the reunion? Is it around this area?
Well, it's through the Phantom Cinemas or whatever.
That's right. Yeah. Okay, so you watch it in a theater that's streaming it live.
Exactly.
Got it.
And Time Chasers is one of those films where the people that made the film contacted MST3K and said, please show our film. And we know your show, we love your show, we want you to show our movie. And they did. And after they did it, they were upset because they made fun of the film.
What were they thinking?
Well, you knew what we were going to do. So, Gino, if you're listening to the show right now, I've gotten some of your messages over the past hour or so. Do not take it personally. We review bad movies, and you asked us to review a film. You've got to expect that we might consider it a bad movie. So please, don't take it personally. And that's the one thing too with movie reviews. I mean, when we did fucking, what was that shitty film?
Rotor?
No.
Was it a Request?
No. We saw it in the theater, 3D.
Avatar?
Avatar, that was it.
Okay.
We saw Avatar. I had people I got the most vile responses to that film before we slammed it, when I just said, you know what, maybe it wasn't that good. And people just got violently angry about it.
Well, I think one of the biggest faux pas that you made was that you said the director was Ridley Scott.
All right. I made one mistake in a quick review.
But here's the only problem with that. By getting the director...
But that's not why they...
No. I understand that. But the reason why you got as much backlash as you did was because you got something wrong about who made the film, not anything wrong about the quality of the film.
Got one thing wrong about I made one error typing it quickly, and it wasn't even a broad post. And I had people saying, "Oh, what are you jerking off on the keyboard every day?" So what the fuck, you asshole? Really? I don't like your film, and I didn't even say it was bad. I just said maybe it wasn't as good enough. So that's when we had the second reviewer was like, you know what? Fuck all of you. It was a piece of shit, and you should all suck cock for liking it. That's all I said.
And what's amazing is if you look back now, the film is not highly regarded at all.
It shouldn't be because it's a piece of shit. Like Titanic. You talk about Titanic now, it's a bad fucking movie.
Yes,
There's no way to avoid it. It's a bad fucking movie. That movie broke lots of records.
It still has like the total domestic box office. I don't think anything's ever going to come close to beating it.
Well, so what I'm getting at is, when it comes to reviewing films, people take it personally, and you can't. And that's why one of the big taglines of our show is, you can like it, but that doesn't make it good.
That's right.
And that's why I always say, hey, one of my favorite films of all time is Ernest Goes to Jail. I'm not saying it's Citizen Kane. You gotta you have to take a step back and realize, just because you like something, you can like something. Look at your family. Look at all your family. There's at least one person in your family that is a complete fucking waste of skin, but you still like them. You shouldn't. They're not a good person.
Of course
but
not.
You like them anyway. You know why? Because they're family, and you can't help it. It's the same way with movies. You grow up with a film. You see a film at a certain time. It touches you in a certain way. Years later, you watch it. Wow, that's a piece of shit. But you still like it. Don't take it personally. You can't.
You can't.
Because that way leads madness.
Madness.
Exactly. And that's why we review films that we like, and we still consider them bad movies.
That's right.
So Gino, and anybody else listening, if we've ever reviewed a film that you liked, I'm going to tell a quick story, like a minute tops. Stacy, who I used to be with for a couple of years, we went to her friend's house, and we're playing cards.
Okay.
And I don't play cards well.
I love this story, by the way.
What?
I love this story, by the way.
We're playing cards, and we're talking while we're playing cards, and who cares about that? And someone mentions movies, and movies come up, and someone mentions, I forget how it came up, but Van Helsing comes up. Right, the film Van Helsing. So I go into my little rant about Van Helsing, because I hate that fucking film with a passion. That film brings my bile up. That film makes me want to, kill Christ. That's a bad fucking movie.
Terrible
and so I'm talking about how bad it is, and I just go into this little rant. I can't help it. And we're all playing cards, so this is my turn. I'm gonna do my little humorous thing where I tear apart a film and talk about the swinging and this and that. And I'm just spend a good solid 2 or 3 minutes just tearing Van Helsing apart. And then there's silence. And then the wife of the guy whose house we're at, just doesn't even look at me. Just says, "I love that movie." And there's another pause of silence, and I'm like, well, I fucked this evening up. And then I said, well, it wasn't that bad. You can't take it personally.
No, certainly not.
Because if you made the film, you still can't take it personally. Kevin Smith didn't learn that lesson. M. Night Shyamalan didn't learn that lesson.
Although, I think he's learned it now.
No, he hasn't.
Kevin Smith. I really do.
No, he really hasn't. He really hasn't. You can't take the shit personally. It's just that's the whole point of art. You release it, and then other people have their opinions on it, and then that's the way it is. So if you hear us trash a film that you really like, or you grew up with it as a childhood, or you think it's clever, and we're like, yeah, it's fucking stupid, we hated that shit, and what the fuck's with that character anyway, and who wrote this shit, a bunch of monkeys? Ignore, don't give a shit, enjoy the show.
That's all we can ask for, truly.
Because really, who the fuck are we? We're not you. If we were, then we'd agree with everything you said.
That's right.
And I've never met anybody I agree to everything they said. Even Joey and I, we have differences. Fifth Element, for example.
Fifth Element. That's, I believe, was requested.
Was it? Good. We should review that because that's
somebody named Stinky Pete.
That's a horrible fucking film.
I wouldn't mind reviewing that.
Of course you're not, because you liked it.
I did like it.
Yeah, there you go. See, you can't take it personally. And if I can criticize Joey's films without him taking a swing at me, we're good. Okay. So take it all with a grain of salt, because this isn't the Academy Awards. This is us. This is entertainment. This is us talking about films that we think are stupid or silly, and half the time we end up talking about other shit otherwise. So
yeah. So we should. Hey, I'm on board. I agree.
I just want to put that out there. No hard feelings to anybody. And cause also, if we have another listener appreciation, I don't want people to say, well, I'm not going to recommend this film because they're going to tear it apart. Of course we're going to fucking say shit about it. But we might also enjoy it, too. Again, ThanksKilling, I'm not saying that's a good film.
No.
That's a horrible film.
It's a horrible movie.
But there are certain elements to the fact that it's tongue-in-cheek. And that's the weird thing. Take ThanksKilling, which cost like $3,000 to make.
Yeah.
And it was done by a college student, sorry. But the fact that they were able to put something out there that at least had a self-relevant humor, whereas BC Rock, which reviewed a different way, because that's something a studio sent out, and that was animated in 4 different countries. They farmed out different animations, saying, "Hey, take that painfully slow single cell animation thing we still have because we haven't mastered computers yet, and use that to create this long animated feature." But we don't really have anything to go with it besides a couple of lines and a very vague plot. And it shows. And the fact that all that time and effort was put into a film that had nothing really thoughtful behind it. Mm-hmm. And yeah, you may enjoy it, you may have saw it at a certain time. Great, you like it. Great. You're not allowed not to like it. When a critic says it sucks, that doesn't mean you can't like it. Ignore those fuckers. We never say you can't like a film. I will say that you're wrong for it, but still, ignore me. I'm an asshole.
Here's the hitchhiker scene.
So, yeah, what?
The hitchhiker scene is on.
Oh, dude. Call her. I'm in. That's it. I'm sold.
Should I play the audio for it?
This film's on my hard drive for life. That's it. Okay, I'm not gone.
It's not for you. Or anyone else for that matter.
Oh, please, mister. Please. I have a daughter.
Call her.
Call her. Wait for it.
Even the song is awful.
Hi, honey. It's Daddy. Yeah, sweetie. I'll be home real soon. Sweetie, please give Mommy a kiss and tell her that
Oh my God! And they have a shot that must have been by accident of a sheep sticking its head up.
That's right.
And it just looks up after the shot and then just puts its head back down and continues to eat grass.
Even better, the sheep lift their heads up and the turkey almost looks at them, and then they put their heads down all right, we didn't see anything. That's fucking mastery right there. But yeah, that's. So I mean, it's all with a grain of salt, people. So please, if we're not. I was about to say we're not trying to offend anybody, but that's wrong because occasionally I do try to offend people,
sure.
and that's on purpose.
Okay.
I do apologize.
That is fine.
And I really don't.
So we should bring ThanksKilling full circle here, because the only way that they can kill this turkey is to take the talisman that it wears around its neck, because once that happens, it loses its invincibility.
Right.
So they actually achieve that. And they go to the reason why they go to the father's house is because all the libraries are closed, and they figure, we're just gonna look this up at the library because it'll be in a book somewhere, instead of trying to find out on the internet. But whatever, it's fine. So they said, my father has a pretty large book collection. Let's go there. I'm sure he has a book on this Thanksgiving, killer turkey. So they go to the house, and that's when the father's already been killed, and the turkey's wearing the father's face. and they're like, oh, hey, Mr. Whatever your name is, it's good to see you. Oh, good to see you too, kids. Come on in. And they're like, oh, can we go to where the garage is? He's like, can you remind me where the garage is? It's like, what? You own this house, right? And she's like, oh, Dad. She's the one that asks where the garage is. This is the house she grew up in. You dumb fucking moron. And he's like, can you remind me where the garage is? Because obviously neither of us know where this garage is. It's usually attached to the house or next to it in some way. So they go through all the books, and they find a book specifically on written by, I guess, Cherokee Indians or something, how to kill this turkey. And there's this whole section that's encrypted with numbers and letters of all different kinds. Not hieroglyphics or anything. They were working in numbers. But they find the one nerdy kid cracks the code on how to kill this thing, and he figures out that they got to take the talisman and then recite some shit from this book backwards, and then they can kill it. But it has to be by fire, which they don't achieve. He falls in toxic waste and reanimates.
Right.
Which, okay. But then there's the heartfelt scene where the one guy dies and the nerdy guy's like, "You were my best friend." I mean, that scene goes on for like 3-4 minutes. It's a long scene. Oh, here's the turkey with a Bowie knife. Cuts his father's head off.
in the credits, after they have key grip, they have key hair and key makeup. It's like, you're just fucking playing with me. Everything after that should have had key before it. Key production designer, key sound mixer, key boom operator. Come on, stop it.
I love it when the turkey steals the father's cigar. He's just... And then he's driving away going, "No! Turkey! Fuck! Mom and Dad, I'm going to kill that fucking turkey." It's like, he was right there. How come no one can kill this? It's a fucking turkey. It's not like he has superhuman strength. They don't really go into that. But anyway, to bring it full circle, they actually do kill the turkey somewhat. And they basically all get picked off one by one.
Now, in case you were wondering, yes, one of the actors in the film is from the band Overrated. And yes, one of the songs in the film is from the band Overrated.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I knew we were all thinking that.
I know.
We were all wondering.
You know, I know that guy from somewhere. Yes, it's from the band Overrated.
I was trying to pinpoint it the whole time I was watching. I really wasn't. So we should go ahead and rate this film.
We should.
I'd love to see the demographics.
I'm just double checking
this.
the credits to see if it says that no turkeys were killed during the making of it. So
if they put that, it's because they're fucking with us.
Let me pause that for a second. All right, so let me go to ThanksKilling. Right now, it's currently Right now, ThanksKilling is lower than BC Rock.
Yes, it has more votes though.
Has more votes though, which is not a good thing.
No,
all right,
meaning more people saw this film than BC Rock.
But more people didn't like this film.
Correct.
Now you mentioned before we started rolling, there is a ThanksKilling 3.
Yeah, they went from ThanksKilling to ThanksKilling 3, which I believe was released.
And they said it's the only film to skip its own sequel. And I think that's brilliant because no one else has ever done that before. They're the first ones to ever do that.
The only thing that I think has ever come close to doing that as a joke was the Naked Gun, when they made the Naked Gun 2.5.
Yeah, but that was, and then they did 33 1/3, but still, it was still 2 though. I mean,
yes, but it was like, this sequel is so big, we have to add another half to it.
Here's the difference though. When you see that there's a Naked Gun 2.5, you're like, okay, that's part 2. When you see there's a ThanksKilling 3, you have to look it up to make sure there's no 2.
Which I did. And I assumed that there was a 2, and you corrected me saying, no, they just didn't bother to make a 2.
Yeah, you have to actually check that. That's Naked Gun 2.5, ThanksKilling 3, yeah, let me check that to see if there was a 2. No, there wasn't. Okay, I'm making sure. So ThanksKilling, right now it's at 4.3. What would you like to rate this, sir?
See, I like this more than BC Rock, so I think I can't give it a 3, but I can't go higher than a 4.
I would agree. 4 it is, right?
Yes.
Okay, 4 it is at 2,700 votes. Wow. Okay, demographics. 17% gave it a 10, and then 21% gave it a 1, and everybody else is in the middle. So this is a definite horseshoe. Not even because there's a sharp drop between 10 and 9. Okay, lowest demographic. Females under 18 who shouldn't be watching this film, by the way. one child under 18 watched this female under 18 watched this film, and she gave it a 1.
Wow.
And you know what? I don't blame her.
No, can't blame her.
Okay, that's
You
the
know,
lowest
it's funny.
demographic.
The Thanksgiving 3, it says warning: boobs in the first second.
But they didn't give a warning for this one.
They did.
So, demographics: one underage girl gave it a 1. That's fair. After that, the highest demographic is 4.5 with. Wow, that's weird. Highest demographic is 4.5 with female. No, I'm just drunk. That's males aged 30 to 44. So our demographic gave it the highest rating, 4.5. If you ignore the one underage girl that shouldn't have seen this film anyway, the lowest demographic is 3.9, females 18 to 29. Which is your wife's age, right?
No.
No. Oh,
No.
You're not that much of a cradle robber. Okay. She's a bit old.
At the time, I guess you could say that.
Yeah, so she's the same demographic, roughly. Okay, yeah, but, except for that one girl, no IMDb staff has rated this one either. So this is an IMDb staff-free episode of Moviesucktastic.
Not a single one.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think it's that time.
I think it's that time.
Now, we do have voicemail.
Yes, we do.
From Gino.
Yes, we do. Of course we do.
Of course we do. He seems like he's the only one calling lately. So
I think everybody else is afraid of us.
I think you're right.
I think so. It's probably me. It's not you. It's probably me.
It could be you, but no.
Yeah.
It's a group. It's a group effort here.
It's me. It's me. I'm holding back. I know.
It's okay. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll play this. Let's go ahead and do that. Play. Ooh, what am I going to play with? There we go.
Now, before you play it,
Hold on.
Did you play it?
It's
paused.
It's paused.
Okay, I just want to say real quick. Normally, with Moviesucktastic, Joey is production.
Yeah.
I'm the loudmouth idiot that comes on and talks for an hour and a half. Joey does all the work. He posts the show to the iTunes. He posts the show to the blog. He updates the website. He does all the real smart stuff behind it. I'm the idiot that comes out and spouts my opinion and goes and plays video games for a couple hours afterwards.
Yeah. I get my stuff in there.
But what I'm saying is that Joey gets the voicemails. I get a notification there's a voicemail, but I don't listen to it. Joey listens to them, and he sets it all up and he plays it on the show.
Yeah.
So unless it's like a death threat, which I'll listen to right away, I normally don't hear these until we play them on the show.
That's right.
That's all. I just wanted to get that out of the way. So I go into these blind, unless Joey's like, your family's involved. You really need to listen to this. Other than that, I don't care.
Well, the thing is, too, I have to listen to it because I have to record it because it comes in through Skype. Very rarely will I start playing the audio and then take the headphones off. Although sometimes I don't pay attention to them because I kind of want it to be like surprise as well.
So these are Joey approved and not Scott cleared. That's all I want to say.
Sure, that works.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm born ready.
Hey guys, it's Gino Cuddy calling in.
Gino!
I just wanted to let you guys know. I wanted to let you guys know how much you mean to me.
Oh.
All right. Now the thing is I'm going through a bit of a rough patch right now.
Oh no.
I just lost a couple of very inspirational life coaches due to greed in the public school system. They no longer wanted to supply me with those services, so now I don't have that father figure in my life. It's been rough. It's been rough. But I wanted to let you guys know how much you guys mean to me because
Pause it.
You guys have been inspirational to me as well.
Oh.
You guys may live.
Paused.
And we just tore the shit out of the film he recommended. Okay. Good. Continue.
Oh, okay.
And I think you guys live in New Jersey.
Yeah, we do.
But you mean a lot to me. You guys do a lot for me, just by you guys showing up on Thursday nights at 8 o'clock, because it's escapism. Moviesucktastic for me is escapism. You guys are hilarious, and you guys talk about film. That's the two best things in the world, comedy and cinema. And you can't get it anywhere else but Moviesucktastic. I wanted to also let you guys know that you guys are like father figures to me.
Oh.
You know, without you guys, I don't know where I'd be. You know, from Scott's, I guess, gentle assness, maybe,
ass.
to Joey's more calm, cool, and collected, except for when there's Italian stereotype.
I'm calm, cool, and collected. And you have a gentle ass.
I do have a gentle ass. Why didn't you play this before we reviewed PC Rock? Why couldn't you play this before we reviewed PC Rock? Because then I'd be like,
no, dude, stop. The review would have came out the same way. It might have come out worse.
Dude, he said father figure, and I'm like,
I know.
Oh,
and thank you for
I just tore apart that film you liked, by the way.
And thanks for doing that on the eve of the last day that I'll be in my 30s. Okay.
Oh.
So if I didn't feel old yet, I feel old now.
Dude, but you're a father at least. You know, I mean,
I am.
Yeah, the closest I get is father figure, and I just fuck that in the ass. Continue.
Let's continue.
In the film, way of handling Scott's like off the rails, like nut farm attitude.
Nut farm? What?
Nut farm.
But in all seriousness, you guys are wonderful. I can't wait to meet you guys and tell you my life story and let you guys know where I come from. You know, and maybe establish like a lifelong friendship. Maybe see each other once in a while. And I also wanted to send you guys a couple of film ideas. I know that you guys are reviewing BC Rock tonight.
Yes.
And I know it's bothering you about that, so I'll let it breathe for a little while. But if you guys ever get the chance, I'd love you to check out two of my favorite films from my childhood. DuckTales, the movie, Treasure of the Lost Lamp.
DuckTales.
And the 1939 Gulliver's Travels. Now, that might actually be one of the oldest films you guys have ever reviewed, besides the Bela Lugosi stuff. But if you guys do wind up doing Gulliver, I'd like to join you for that one, because I know quite a bit about that film. And I have a Facebook page dedicated to it that has over 700 or so likes and counting.
That's impressive.
So, yeah,
like,
if you guys want to do any of those films, that's great. But again, you guys are my rock right now.
Oh, God, no! No! We just got done tearing apart one of his favorite childhood films, and it was like,
that's right.
Hey guys,
we're
here's
actually
some other films I love that you guys might want to tear apart and like say shit about.
Which
God, no!
And he'll
Stop.
say no. I'll say out of respect, we won't review those.
I'm gonna say that.
And he'll say no. Go ahead, I can take it.
Well,
but
hold on. This is like probably one of our most rabid fans, and like it just like destroyed him in an episode. And at the same time, he's like, "Yeah, you guys are your father figures to me, and I idolize you as gods, you know." And it's like, "Oh fuck! God damn it!" All I'm gonna say, we'll finish the song. We'll finish the
like
audio.
Minute and a half left of the audio.
I will look into the 1939 version of Gulliver's Travels, and
which I have. I have that.
Do you?
I'm a Fleischer fan. I love Fleischer stuff.
Oh, because I'm familiar with the original text, so that would be an interesting episode. And I'd love to have.
I also have the original text, and I have read the original text.
You've read the original text.
Yes,
text.
I have.
So you're familiar with the horses.
Yes.
You are.
I am.
What are they called?
Weren't they called cocks?
Excuse me?
Am I thinking of something else?
You're thinking of something totally different.
Then I'm not familiar with that.
Right. Okay. Like I was saying, I'm familiar with the text. That might be an interesting episode. And
I'm gonna have to reread the text.
Reread. Yes, definitely. Yeah. Don't read the one for kids with little pictures. Look at like the original text.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, but I'm saying that is a possibility that I would be looking towards because I think.
Yeah, I don't think we'll do DuckTales.
No.
Not-
I honestly, Gino, I'll tell you right up front, there's no fucking way. But I'll be blunt. But the Gulliver's Travels 1939, that sounds like an idea. I'm gonna look into it and we'll see if we can make that happen. Definitely.
Sure. Okay.
Because I think there's a lot of different angles we can come at with that. But please finish the poem.
My only reason for living right now was Moviesucktastic on Thursday nights at 8. That's why I was really, really bummed last week when you guys didn't record because I really hit a low point that week.
Was Scott's fault, not mine.
You guys will never know how much you mean to me.
Oh,
Joey,
Jesus
you're
Christ.
a fabulous dad. I wish I had you as a father instead of father I had. Because at least you have sense in your head not to know to abuse your body the way my father did.
Oh, God, please stop.
You guys are fabulous. Scott will make a good father someday.
Did you hear me laughing?
Congrats on the engagement, too.
Wait, hold on.
Scott.
Hold on. Listen
can't wait
for
to
it.
meet you in August, both of you. Joey, keep us.
Listen
Scott
for
will
it.
make a good father someday. And congrats on the engagement, too.
Thank you,
Scott.
Thank you, Gino.
Can't wait to meet you in August, both of you. Joey, keep on doing what you're doing, man. Keep being the great father you are. Don't end up like my dad. All right? He drank and he smoked, and now he's dead. I've had a father figure since I was 6. The only one that I had was Cosby and a couple of other people in my life.
I don't know if I can compete with Cosby.
I love you guys. Hang tight. Gino Cuddy signing off.
And I'm doing the whole episode drunk. Oh, fuck me. Fuck me.
You're soused, sir.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh. God damn it.
Is it too late to adopt Gino?
Is it too late to just like...
I don't think I can. He's of legal age. I think that's possible.
Oh, fuck.
I don't have any room in the house,
conflict.
unfortunately.
Way to bring the show down, Joey.
I didn't do it.
Fuck. Damn you, Gino. All right. Let me just say right up front, if there are any listeners of the show that feel half as much about us as Gino does, I'm sorry. I do apologize.
Yes, and drunk apologies are the most sincere.
What?
Drunk apologies are the most sincere.
They're really not, but I'll go with that.
They're the most honest.
Oh, shit. Fuck you.
See what I mean? You genuinely meant that.
Gino, if you love me, prove it.
Prove it.
Prove it.
Prove it.
Prove it.
Prove it.
And to know what that means, you have to listen to our Oscar episode number...
What? The one where you got drunk?
No, the other one. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, 63.
Yeah, there you go.
I think it's 63. It's either 61, 62, 63. It's in that range.
The Oscar episode within that range.
It's a million episodes ago at this point.
Oh, Jesus. Fuck. Wow. All right. So I think we're done.
Oh, yeah. Here comes the out music.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Yeah,
especially Gino.
Especially Gino. All of you that decide to listen to us after the fact, out in iTunes or on our website, that you don't chime in, that's fine. We just love the fact that you listen. Because you guys do that. I know you're busy, but if you have time, please go to our website at moviesucktastic.com. You can actually request or you can suggest some films for us to review during this listener appreciation month that we got going. Even anytime. I'll probably keep that on the website permanently.
Yeah.
Because we'll always take them into consideration.
Oh, yes.
But anyway, go to our website at moviesucktastic.com and you can download all the shows there. They are all linked there. You can listen to all the shows right from our player that's built into the website. And
built right in.
You can watch us live right from the website as well. every Thursday at 8 p.m. You can also go to livestream.com/moviesucktastic, but you know what? Go to our website instead. It's better. Or
use our app.
Oh, well, that's at the end. I haven't gotten there yet.
Sorry.
Come on, man. You can go to iTunes, and you can get our show there as well. You can also listen to it directly from iTunes as well. You can go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/moviesucktastic. Everything we post goes there, from everything from trailers like the new Rob Zombie trailer that looks like utter horse shit.
That doesn't look too bad.
Come on, dude. It's got clowns.
Have you seen Lords of Salem yet?
Yeah, and I'm sure it's not going to be much better.
No, it's got to be fucking better than Lords of Goddamn Salem.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to see it in a theater. I'll wait. Anyway.
Halloween 2 was better than Lords of Salem.
Yeah. No argument there. You can also go to our Tumblr.
Seen it yet.
I know I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure there's no argument.
Good.
You can go to our Tumblr page at moviesucktastic.tumblr.com. You can leave us voicemail at 908-514-4470. If you want to email us, you can email us. The address is themovieguys@moviesucktastic.com. You can fill the form out right on the website. It's so easy. You just go to the website and it just comes right to us.
So fucking easy.
But if you wanted to, just type it in yourself, there you go. themovieguys@moviesucktastic.com.
That's Google too.
Yeah. You can get the free app for your Android device, phone, tablet, whatever you're using. And it's 100% free. You can listen to the show live. You can play the shows right from the iTunes feed. You can look at user images and poster art and our Twitter account. It's just all there in one nice, tidy little package. It's
one amazingly fucking tidy package.
It's tidy. Yes. Very nice. This is nice. And then finally, you can do a search for us with your favorite search engine. Scott likes Google.
It.
Wow, that was delayed. Music is fading out. We're getting really bad at this lately.
Yeah, I blame you.
Don't blame me. You're watching or downloading someone, or someone is downloading something because your feed sucks ass
I don't
right now.
I don't know what you're fucking talking about.
Yeah, don't pull that shit with me. Show's almost over. But that about does it. Scott, do you have any words of wisdom?
Gobble gobble, motherfucker.
Gobble gobble, motherfucker. Oh my god, it's so good. All right, everybody. We'll talk to you next week.
Fuck yeah.
Bye-bye.